Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, giving you another Marvel Legends Hasbro Team fan stream update video with only Dwight and Dan. No Ryan. They're looking for Ryan. Had no idea where he was, but I was looking forward to this stream so much that I got fooled by fan art, and they got into Fantastic Four fairly quickly with this live stream, so I am happy for that. They got into it pretty quickly, and they started with the new movie Fantastic Four figures, and they just busted out Invisible Girl right out the gate, and this is actually looking pretty cool. Like, I think these figures, I gotta say, look pretty decent for the most part. I like that they took an older effect and they've changed it, or maybe it's just a whole brand new effect based off of those wrinkles throughout, but we've gotten something similar to that before. And I think the body and the articulation looks pretty good. It looks like she's not going to have a lower ab crunch, which I like seeing, which we'll see later on in this video, though. Oh, yeah. But that looks like a pretty cool pose. So it looks like, you know, pretty decent figure. They mentioned that all of the Fantastic Four suits are different from each other, so I think that's pretty fun. So, good-looking figure right over here, and yeah, there she is in the packaging right over there, and then there she is once again on display. And then shortly after bringing out Invisible Woman or Invisible Girl, I can't remember how they labeled her, but she is, or they brought out Human Torch, and this looks pretty dope. So yeah, we have a powered down Human Torch right over here. Again, the suits are all different from each other, and he comes with a couple of little flame effects right over there, and he does look pretty cool, but I'm especially excited for the Flame On version, but that kind of popped up earlier than they wanted to. But there's the Flame On version. Nice artwork on the side of the package right over there. But yeah, we looked at this yesterday, and this one was the legit leak right over here. And it looks dope, man. I really like how this Human Torch looks. Again, the lines in the pattern of the suits just going with the comic version of this guy is just freaking awesome. I love that. And Dwight spoke about how there's different tinted oranges in here and everything with the gradients and the flame effects and stuff. So I think that is really badass. I really like that quite a bit. And yeah, this is a dope looking figure. Then they brought out Silver Surfer, and yeah, man, I mean, lower ab crunch isn't there. That's a pretty cool looking pose. You know, the board does look pretty cool. Dwight mentioned I feel like he knew I was going to complain about marbling in the figure, because he mentioned that and Marvel and Disney, you know, included a lot of marbling in this figure, you know, or in this character design, and I'm like, oh, okay, you're trying to play that off. I know what that is, damn it. So it looks like it's just going to be marbling in the plastic as opposed to like a painted silver. The stand over here is pretty cool. I like that they went with the stand thing. Diamond Select Toys did something similar to this, so I think that's cool. But yeah, I'm expecting a bunch of marbling in that plastic, even though I don't want it, but I've been warned. I thought he was kind of like getting ahead of me right over there, complaining about the marbling on that one. But hey, we have the thing right over here. I know I'm not the only reviewer out there that complains about marbling, by the way. You know, just saying. A bunch of us have complained about marbling, but I've complained about it a lot. Anyway, here's the thing, and it looks awesome. He looks great. A lot of gappage in those knee joints that's throwing me off, but the rocky parts do look very cool. Look at that pose. Yeah, look at those patas right over there. So yeah, pretty good looking thing figure. Again, the knee joints look a little empty though. Something weird with those knee joints, but I think the size looks appropriate. I don't know. I always like it when Thing is a little bit bigger, but he was originally drawn in the comics a lot smaller than he was in later issues. So this looks like it's going to be a dope figure. I like what I'm seeing over here with the Thing. And then they also got into how the arms can't bend, like they don't have double jointed elbows because they're just aiming for a single jointed 90-degree bend. Anyway, there's Mr. Fantastic, the actual Mr. Fantastic figure, not the dreamy one with the torso, interchangeable torso spot piece and everything. But this one has bendy wire arms, which is pretty damn cool. So I like that. One day, hopefully, we get a deluxe Mr. Fantastic. If they're to jump into Maximum Series Mr. Fantastic and actually, you know, had, you know, a shitload of incredible accessories, that would be great, you know, at a reasonable price, which seems impossible with the Maximum Series line. But this Mr. Fantastic looks dope. I'm excited that he's got the long bendy wire arms right over there. So that's pretty damn cool. And they talked about the photoreal tech with the faces and how realistic and how accurate they look to the actors. And yeah, it looks like Pedro Pascal. Yeah, looks like Pascal to me. So yeah, pretty solid looking wave. Of course, I could ask for more from all of these figures. Like the Human Torch doesn't have any fireballs or any flame effects to attack anybody. You know, I think we could have gotten an alternate head with the thing right there, but no, it's just alternate arms. So, of course, there's more that I would like to see, but this seems fairly solid for an initial set of movie Fantastic Four figures. Packaging's pretty cool, too. They talked about the little homage to the original Hasbro logo and stuff, so that's pretty neat. But anyway, I'm excited for the movie. I hope to see it at Comic-Con, too. And yeah, let's move on. But first, really quick, I want to remind you guys that I'm hosting a giveaway tonight for a Maximum Series Spider-Man, and I'm selling a whole bunch of figures starting at $1 over on Whatnot. If you sign up with my link below, you get a $15 credit if you're new to Whatnot. There's not a lot of figures up there at the moment of this recording, but I will be posting more figures up for sale throughout the day. See you guys there tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We got some GamerVerse teasing that they gave us a little bit before with the Wolverine and Silver Samurai, and they have a whole bunch of GamerVerse figures, which I didn't really expect. I think that was maybe had been mentioned in some leaks, but holy crap, here we go. We got some cool shit to look at over here. First off, we got Wolverine and Silver Samurai, and damn, these photos look amazing, man. Look at this, dude. Shooting the galaxy, absolutely crushing it over here. Going ham on these photos, dude. And yeah, dude, the Wolverine looks great. So Dwight said it's an all-new Wolverine from scratch, and it looks really good. I like it. That crunching pose that they had him in, oh, dude, and the whooshing effect right over there for the claws, that is awesome. And I love how that you could clip them together and then put them on a stand like that. That's hella sick. I like that a lot, man. So yeah, and then you get the Silver Samurai effect. Look at that crunch, though. That's pretty sweet. He look all the way up. I like how the fins look on his head. That's a very cool shot right there, too. The Silver Samurai looks pretty solid. It's a duller gray color. I prefer more silver with the Silver Samurai. Silver Samurai is okay. You know, I like that Ninja Star effect right over there. That's pretty sweet. I love the purple and blue on the sword. That's a really cool thing. So I dig that quite a bit. This isn't my favorite of the 2-pack reveals that they gave us today, but I like it, and the pre-orders go up on June 5th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. This is one of my favorite reveals right over here. This Psylocke looks freaking amazing. Oh my goodness. An all-new sculpt. Look at the thighs. They got the straps around the legs and everything, and she's in a 2-pack with Thanos. But, dude, and there's the effects that Dwight teased. There's a little bit of a clearer shot. Sorry about that. But, yeah, look at her go. Yeah, dude, lower ab crunch sculpted on belt as well. Damn, that looks great. She's going to have the butterfly joints. Those look like new arms with the sculpted straps on the arms, I believe. It definitely looks sculpted on the thighs right over there for sure. Damn, dude, and the lower ab crunch. The head sculpts look great. Look at that pose right over there. Straight up Marvel vs. Capcom. Damn, dude, looks hella sick. The Thanos looks good, too. Oh, yeah, you get the butterfly effect that you could interchange. So you could take that off and put it on the other head. So she's got her alternate heads. She's got those effects going on. Yeah, dude, the alternate hands. Dude, the posability looks great on that figure. Dude, I'm hella stoked for this Psylocke. Again, the Thanos looks cool, too. It's just not very different. I think Dwight said he's got a new skirt and new boots. Okay, cool. You know, and of course, the new head, you know, with the spikes and everything. You know, I don't think I'm going to favor this over my pre-existing Thanos on my shelf, but the Psylocke for sure. I am so happy with that Psylocke. That's the Psylocke I've been wanting to see Marvel Legends make, like, forever, and here they go. And I have a crush on Psylocke too, okay? I'm a weirdo right next to you, Dwight. Love Psylocke. Okay, moving on. We got War Machine and Omega Red. Not a whole lot of new going on with these figures. He did mention that Omega Red has a new harness right there. We get new blast effects for War Machine, so there is some new stuff going on over here, but I'm not particularly excited about this 2-pack. I mean, cool. Looks all right, and I don't know why they just left Omega Red on the floor like that. But anyway, I thought this was a clever idea with this shot right here. So yeah, shooting the galaxy. Dude, this guy gets a first look at these figures, but holy crap, he really does them justice. You know what I mean? Like, he really takes it all the way with the photography. He's just crushing it with this gig, man. So, like, kudos to Shooting the Galaxy for doing awesome stuff, man. Like, having an incredible opportunity and taking full advantage of it and taking it to the fullest. I think he's doing great. But moving on, again, this 2-pack I'm not super excited about. There's more cool stuff to look at. Captain America and Venom. And yeah, to match the theme from the video game, we have a blue Venom, which I thought was cool for them to do. We got those older pinned legs right over there, which is throwing me off. But the Captain America is hella new. Now, we don't have the chainmail going on this figure, but he still looks great. Dwight was saying that this is his favorite Captain America figure at the moment, and I mean, I could see that. I prefer the Secret Wars version, I think, but this still looks really good. It looks like it's the 20th anniversary head sculpt on there, but that purplish to blue fade on this effect right over here going around the shield is freaking awesome. I love that. That looks great, and they talked about how the shield doesn't have any holes in it. It's not broken or anything, so yeah, I'm happy to have a solid shield too. The Venom looks dope also. I think this is the Venom body mold that they used most recently with the Walmart exclusive. That's what it's looking like to me anyway. But the Venom does look very cool. I prefer having like a blue paint fade kind of thing going on instead of just all solid blue. But the head sculpt looks dope. New head sculpt to go with the GamerVerse look. Then they took this older, Eddie Brock head, transitioning to Venom head, and gave him the blue paint treatment right there. So this 2-pack looks pretty damn sick. I just wish they updated the legs on the Venom figure, you know what I mean? It looks like it could have been updated a bit, but damn, that still looks cool. Seeing the two of them fighting like this. That's a cool 2-pack. I'm excited for that one. Then the alternate screaming head for Cap looks really good. I don't think I really saw a lot of pictures of him with that, unless I'm just forgetting instantly after looking at it. Likely to happen. But anyway, the next GamerVerse figure right over here, I yelled to myself, Shumagorath, but it's Gargantos. Gargantos, not Shumagorath, and I don't know how I'm confused. But anyway, this is bendy wire galore with this figure, and I'm excited for this. This is cool. Look how huge that thing is. They said that they had to seal it in the box because it was just so big. And yeah, dude, it has legs meant for walking and then legs meant for grabbing. So 3 for grabbing, 3 for walking. And then he also has an articulated eye and eyelids, which is very cool. I like that they included that so you could get it looking around. Dwight was, rubbing the eyeball around, and you could see you could close the eyelids a bit right over here, get it even more squinty right there. And it's going to come with a little projectile eyeball. So that's pretty damn cool as well. And yeah, there's Silver Samurai. I like that smug pose right over there. And you're able to recreate that. I think that's awesome. But very cool looking figure. Apparently it has a lot of paint detail on it. Lots of bendy wire. So I'm excited for this one. And it has hinges. You can see the hinges right over there at the base. And it looks like they rotate just past those hinges as well. Okay, this I didn't expect. X-Man 87, I got to give him credit over here because Dwight, gave us a tease with this effect piece, and I thought it was going to be for a Human Torch. Manny said it could have been for a Juggernaut head for MVC. I didn't think it would fit, but nope, I was just totally wrong. It is for this new blurry Juggernaut. There you go. Clear Juggernaut right over there. Look how much bigger it is than the older version, man. Well, you can't see the older one right there. But just looking at this guy with the promo shots, holy shit, this looks amazing. All new Juggernaut. I love the texturing on the lower torso. Love that he's got the butterfly joints. Looks like they'll be able to move forward. And that's where the effect is meant to go on the fist of Juggernaut. He actually has removable bands on his hands, so you could put that effect on his fist, but you could also put the effect piece on the top of his head, which I didn't think you'd be able to fit it on, but I was just totally wrong about that. So hey, kudos to X-Man 87. Shout out for thinking of that. He nailed it. Dude, look at the texturing on the Juggernaut helmet. Look at that subtle texturing right over there. They talked about the articulation on this guy too, so you're going to be able to shift the head forward and back. And it's not a ton of articulation on the head, but it's more than what we've seen in the past. So I'm stoked about this. He's going to have toe joints as well as the butterfly joints. Damn, dude, this looks amazing. What the hell? My only gripe with this Juggernaut figure is that it's making my Maximum Hulk figure look hella weak already. If you didn't think it was weak enough, now you got this Juggernaut to make it feel even weaker, you know? Which, I still think that Maximum Series Hulk is better than the 80 Years Hulk, isn't it? I love the 80 Years Hulk, but I thought the Maximum Series one has more going on. It's just overpriced, and I don't like the head sculpts. But overall, isn't that a better figure than the 80 Years? Or no, I want to know what you got to say about that. But anyway, going back to these reveals right over here, these look awesome, man. Great set of figures over here. This is sick. And yeah, my favorite reveal, I gotta say, is probably the Psylocke. And then, damn it, it's the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut's actually my favorite one out of all of these. Yeah, the Juggernaut's the dopest one. June 26th for the pre-order. Oh, and then the Psylocke one's a Target exclusive. That's a bummer. I didn't mention the exclusives. Which ones are Target exclusives again? Yeah, the Psylocke and Thanos one is a Target exclusive. And then, which one's the Walmart? War Machine and Omega Red's Walmart exclusive. And then which one's the Amazon exclusive? I wrote it down somewhere. The Juggernaut is Juggernaut's an Amazon exclusive. It says it right there on the screen for you. So we got a little tease right over here. I don't know what the hell that is. I couldn't get a really good shot of it. It looked like a serpent spike. That's what I was getting out of it, but I have no idea what that is. And I tend to be super wrong with these teases. So serpent spike is what I'm guessing over there. I want to know what you guys thought about these reveals. Let me know what you thought. I really liked them a lot. Thought we saw some really cool stuff over here. So let me know what your favorite is. I'm going with the Juggernaut. Juggernaut number 1. God damn, but the Psylocke I've been wanting. Psylocke is number 1 for me. Number 2 is Juggernaut. Number 3 is probably that Wolverine. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah, that's what I'm sticking with. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Let me know what your favorite reveals were. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to participate in the channel perks, you can go ahead and support via hitting that join button. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Woohoo! Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Your face,